Welcome back. We got more literature for you today. Not much, but um, something kind of important, something I've used a bunch. This is my 1982 Escort Links EXP LN7 Electrical Vacuum Troubleshooting Diagnostics book, and my 1982 EXP LN7 Electrical Vacuum Troubleshooting Manual. These two are awfully redundant. You'd think they'd be the same because the EXP and Escort are mechanically identical. The only difference is body and a few interior differences, but they're mechanically the same. All of the context between these two books is identical, but you need both. You need both because this guy is only, let's show you here, there's only 17 pages thick. 17th page is the last page, but this other one here is a lot thicker. Its last page is page number freaking 97, so you need them both. And they are color coded. The 83s look identical to these, but they're pink or green or blue, or something like that, whereas all the 82s are this orange or salmon, something like that. So they all look the same, but the color sets them apart, as long as as well as the year stamped on the front. So I'll show you a quick comparison here. I don't want to spend too much time on this part, but the index is almost exactly the same. I'll let you read through that on the top. We'll see it's nearly identical up here. So they pretty much cover the same things. This being 97 pages, there's a lot more to it than what's in here. But, you know, almost everything in here is in there. But there are a few things in here that are left out in there. I haven't studied up on what's missing and what's there between the two of them to show you, but there's a difference. But it's we'll focus on the thicker one now because it's got more material in it. So it goes over small portions of the wiring diagram of the cars, depending on what kind of options you have. Also goes over fuse box, fuse locations, of course, as well as fuse types, fuse servicing. I think it also goes over relays and everything else of that nature that you'd find under the hood. Also goes over a few tachometer settings and ignition settings. It goes over a couple carburation components and how they work, which is very handy. And it goes over everything inside the dash, just about. It does it pretty well. If you have an electrical issue inside the dash, you'll find it pretty quick with this guy. My only gripe about this manual is it doesn't go over the vacuum system at all. This is all you get for a vacuum diagram. It shows you that the big tan or black cylinder that they call a vacuum distribution block, it's that tan or black cylinder that hangs out over by the brake booster, and it just shows you some of the things that you could have going into it, like your heat system, your engine, your intake manifold, your cruise control, which is very handy. It goes over a few cruise control features, but hardly any. And it goes over the brake booster. But all these distributor blocks have a port or 2 or 3 that are plugged that don't go anywhere. Probably for AC. I recently found that out about my blue EXP. Is there's a whole lot of vacuum lines in there because it has air conditioning. And it gives you a quick diagram of the cruise control unit, but it doesn't go into detail how it's hooked up with or to anything. It's kind of disappointing. But it does give you a vacuum diagram for all the air controls. It just doesn't give you a full diagram for the vacuum lines underneath the hood if you have AC, which is what I need more than anything, so I can know what to short and simplify. Then it goes over some wiring stuff you would have seen if you saw my 1982 preliminary book. All this stuff is in there. Goes over some quick connector and terminal pin arrangements and different testing and diagnostic procedures. That's about it. Like I said, it doesn't do much for vacuum or ignition system, but it does a lot for electrical, mostly interior electrical, and the different solenoids and stuff going around the carburetor. But if you have an EFI model, this won't do you any good. If you have an AC model, like I said, this barely covers anything on AC. And if you have a cruise control model, this guy barely helps at all. But for all your other needs, it's pretty good. Keep an eye on it in the future. I'm getting more EXP manuals from 82. Once I get all of them, I'll do a big comparison and show you what you need, and which one's worth your time and which ones aren't. So keep an eye out for that in the future. So until then, stay warm, everybody.